A Mercer County judge has ruled a sentence of life in prison with a possibility of parole on a woman that was charged with the death of Ryan Zimmerman in Columbus back in 2015.
Our Sartaj Singh recaps the events that occurred during the sentencing hearing.
Not a day goes by that I do not wish for a chance to take it all back.
As Sarah Buzzard enters the courtroom for her sentencing, she faces the possibility of spending the rest of her life behind bars. Buzzard faced multiple charges that include murder, kidnapping, and gross abuse of a corpse after she and her wife, Naria Whitaker, allegedly strangled Ryan Zimmerman to death and dismembered his body in Columbus, Ohio. They then dumped part of the body along Coldwater Creek in Mercer County. A plea deal was struck last year where Buzzard pled guilty to 1 count of aggravated murder in exchange for the rest of her charges dismissed, as well as a sentencing recommendation of 30 years to life in prison. Before receiving her sentence, Buzzard had a chance to address the court.
I accept responsibility for the role I played in Ryan's death, and I will live every day of the rest of my life attempting to redeem myself through positive actions and deeds.
The family of Ryan Zimmerman were also given a chance to address the court, as well as Buzzard.
My kids will never know their Uncle Ryan. They'll never get to talk to him and see the similarities that I see that they have with him. They'll never get to play those games with him, and they would have all loved that so much.
And before an official sentence was passed down, the prosecutor took time to remind the court of the defendant admitting to the murder or the participation of the murder.
The only mistake that was made in this case, Your Honor, was Ryan Zimmerman made the mistake of trusting the Buzzards when he moved to Columbus to be with me. She claims, as I said a moment ago, that she's a flawed person. Well, aren't we all flawed? But yet, she's the only one in the room committing an aggravated murder.
A sentence was then passed down. Life in prison with possibility of parole after 30 years, closing a case that began back in 2015. In Mercer County, Sartaj Singh, your news now.
Thank you, Sartaj.